the correct way of using a meterdose inhaler. First, I shall tell you the different parts of a meterdose inhaler, an MDI. This is the cap, this here is the mouthpiece, and this is the canister in which the drug has been loaded under high pressure. Now, if an MDI is being used for the first time, if it's a new MDI, or if the MDI has not been used for a long time and we are going to use it now for the first time in a long time, we need to prime the device. So that is to say, we need to just give 2 or 3 puffs and make sure that the mist is coming out properly. So the very first time you press down the canister, the drug might not get delivered so nicely. So please do it 2 or 3 times and then use the device. So that's what you call priming. Now, before using the meterdose inhaler, instruct the patient to inhale completely and exhale completely. This allows all the alveoli to open up properly. So once the patient has done that, ask the patient to remove the cap, and then while inhaling, the patient should put the canister, or rather put the mouthpiece into his or her mouth. Of course, the device has to be shaken first, and the head should be tilted slightly forwards. The meterdose inhaler should be held properly. The thumb should be below at this position, and 2 fingers should be on top of the canister. Now, tilting the head slightly forwards, putting the mouthpiece into the mouth, the patient should start breathing in, and while the patient is still continuing to breathe in, the canister should be pressed down. I'm not doing it, but the canister should be pressed down. The patient should continue to breathe in, and then the device should be taken out of the mouth, and the patient should be encouraged to hold the breath for at least 10 seconds or until the patient is not feeling very comfortable. So hold the breath and then exhale slowly through pursed lips, like that. So that would be how 1 puff of a meterdose inhaler needs to be administered in the proper way. Now, if the meterdose inhaler contains an inhaled corticosteroid, then we need to warn the patient that the patient should rinse the mouth after using the meterdose inhaler. This is because inhaled corticosteroids can cause certain local adverse effects like cough, dysphonia, and oropharyngeal candidiasis. All 3 of these local adverse effects can be minimized or even eliminated by simply asking the patient to rinse the mouth after each use of the meterdose inhaler. There is another way in which the patient can avoid these adverse effects, and that is by using a device known as a spacer. So spacers come in different shapes and forms. This is an example of a spacer. What it basically does is that it creates a space between the mouth of the patient and the mouthpiece of the meterdose inhaler. So we fit the mouthpiece of the meterdose inhaler into the spacer like that, and then the patient is asked to place the mouth here. The rest of the steps remain the same. Now, in certain cases, especially in small children, they may not be able to follow all the instructions that we mentioned so clearly. So in such cases, we instruct the mother to hold the child and use a spacer, and in addition to the spacer, we attach a mask to the opposite end of the spacer. And then we encourage the mother to hold the baby like that and deliver the puff to the child via the mask, the spacer and the meterdose inhaler like that. The mask can be kept on the mouth of the baby for a minute or so that the baby can inhale the drug easily. So that's regarding a meterdose inhaler.